Welcome back to the Stache Club Wrestling Podcast. My name is John.
My name is Dante.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. It's nighttime when this gets uploaded. Thank you for being here. Episode 63. Is that what we just said before we went on?
Yes, sir.
What's going on? Happy to have you. My voice is going a little bit, so if that starts coming to play, my apologies. We're cracking open a little sippy sip.
That's right. You got the liquid death. I got the coffee.
Before we get too deep into this, I want to let everyone know that this show is sponsored to you by BetterHelp. Thank you for BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. We're going to hear more from them later in the show. Dry January, over. Completed.
Yep. Get the beer.
So now I have a beer. I'm kidding. It's a liquid death.
We would never drink on the show.
We did the first episode.
Did we?
Remember we cracked open the wrestling IPAs?
Yes. Well, that was worth
Special
it.
occasion.
Yeah, of course.
We have a warning for everyone. Today's episode, gonna be chill.
Putting the feet up.
It's gonna be a chill episode.
Laid back.
We're not, I'll tell you now, we're not going beat for beat.
Nope.
We're not running down the show by everything. We're talking about wrestling news, and we're gonna go over the Rumble.
Yep.
And we're gonna chat about some stuff on Raw, but it's gonna be chill vibes.
We're talking today. We deserve it.
Mainly because it's been a big Royal Rumble weekend, and obviously with the Punk news that we're going to talk about. But before we get into that, what's going on? How are things? How are you?
Things are good. Things are great. I feel like I don't really have much to report, to be honest with you.
January is a weird month. January is a month where just nothing happens.
It's the start of the new year. We're just trying to get used to 2024. We had the Rumble stream on Saturday, which was fun.
Yeah, thank you for everyone that was in there.
Yeah, shout out to you guys.
I think we like never dipped under like 14 or 1500 or something like that.
I didn't see any number below that at all. Hey, appreciate you guys watching with us.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I went ice skating for the first time in like 11 years on Tuesday.
How was that? I don't like ice skating.
Can't say I do either. It was a double date thing. It was me, Taylor, Kevin, Sophie, and Sophie and Taylor were the ones that wanted to go. Kevin with me has also not gone ice skating since high school. Probably. I think the last time me and him both went ice skating was together our freshman year of high school.
When you guys were dating.
When we were dating, yeah. So it's full circle.
Right.
Yeah. No, it was honestly. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought my biggest issue is I wasn't going to be able to balance myself and even just stand on the skates. That wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
I ended up like somewhat figuring out I just don't know how to move on the ice. Like I was just like I feel like I'm just like walking, like I'm not gliding or anything. So like no, I'm like it's funny because like Taylor's like holding my hand and like grabbing me. It's like it was frustrating. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I wouldn't say it was the most fun thing I've ever done because it was freezing cold and like I fell on my ass a few times, but it was an experience.
I had not first time I went on ice skating, but you know how, so you rented ice skates, I'd imagine. So were they like figure skating? Not figure skating ones, but they were like, not like hockey ones. They're just like some regular ice skates.
Yeah, sure.
So reason I say that is because I learned this at a young age is that when you first start ice skating, like you get like kids ones or just regular, like for lack of a better term, like figure skating ones, and the blade or whatever is thicker. Okay. When I was a young boy, I was like, I want boy skates, I want cool skates, I want hockey skates because they're like more boy looking or whatever. And I was like, whatever, however old I was, 7, 8, 9. But hockey skates, the blade is a lot thinner than on like traditional regular skates. Yeah. So, harder to balance. Anyway, long story short, skip ahead 15 seconds if you cringe out on injuries. This is everyone's warning. I slipped on the ice and came down mouth first. I don't know how it happened, but I landed like teeth, like top row of teeth first on the ice. My front tooth just went went up.
Yeah.
It's this one. I still have it.
Really?
But for like a week, it was like black.
Oh.
And then like the color came back like somehow.
The color just came back?
Yeah, I don't know how it happened.
I didn't know they could change color.
Yeah, apparently. Oh. So ever since then, I was like, I'm good on ice skating.
Yeah,
I do want to go snowboarding though.
I would rather.
You seem like a snowboarding guy.
So we talk about snowboarding and then like skiing and stuff like that. Like going down going slopes and stuff like that. I would much rather go snowboarding than skiing. For sure.
Yeah,
that looks so much more fun. I used to.
You even just look like a snowboarder.
I used to, but like skateboarded more than I rode bikes growing up.
Yeah, I used to skateboard too. So it's like, that's what I hear is like if you can balance on a skateboard, you're already kind of have a leg up.
100%.
I want to go so.
But
bad.
no, it was, and I got drinks after, so it was all good.
I went to. Sorry for audio listeners. This is gonna be a little visual component of the episode. But I went to this little flea market last night.
I saw some pictures. You're gonna have to tell me where you go because I've never find wrestling stuff ever.
I did post about it because I can't keep anything a secret. So I did post the second half, and I did post on it on Twitter and Instagram. So everyone might have saw it. But I got some 4
VHS
old
tapes.
WWF VHS tapes.
Do you have a VHS player? Nope.
I texted my dad the picture of him, and he goes, we got a VCR at the house.
Awesome.
Like, okay, first one. Excuse me. So story. Let me get their name first before I go crazy.
The missing matches.
Shout out Erin. Cool little story. Shout out Erin. I was in her little booth or whatever, and she had these, and I was like, how much for the VHS tapes? She goes, you a wrestling fan? And I was like, yeah. She goes, $3 then. She goes, normally $5, but if you're a wrestling fan, $3. And I'm like, word. So I told her about
cool.
She said she just got Peacock.
Autographed?
I haven't even looked. It looks like, is that Tommy Dreamer? That might be Tommy Dreamer autograph.
I was going to say, you just bought an autographed VHS.
I haven't looked at these.
What the fuck? Keep talking. I'm signed by The Undertaker.
Yeah, right.
The Undertaker again.
So we were chatting, and she said that they...
so fun.
I didn't even notice
we
the
have to
autograph.
look up Tommy Dreamer's autograph.
That's what it looks like. A T and a D.
Yeah, it's Tommy Dreamer right there.
Damn. And they were saying they just got back into wrestling. You know, they were kind of an attitude era kid, and they just got Peacock, and they've been watching like, you know, the documentaries. They just watched the Royal Rumble, and we were talking about like the Cody documentary, and like, you know, they were really getting back into it. So naturally, I was like, well, we got a YouTube channel, and I, you know, showed them the YouTube channel. And
they're free. Take them, please.
But I forget where I was going with that. But anyway, shout out Aaron. Appreciate the hookup. But yeah, I just kind of like I didn't look at them really. I just grabbed all 4 of them. That's what was there, and I was like, word.
That's
so
cool.
We got, for the listeners at home, we got World's Greatest Wrestling Series, Hulk Hogan, the missing matches.
It says on the back, the match you did not want you to see.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, the match that Hulk did not want you to see. Nick Bockwinkel versus Manny Fernandez, and the Sheik versus Mark Lewin.
Doesn't get better than that.
Well, none of those guys are Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, so where's Hulk on this?
This is like
they just put a match on here that he just didn't want anyone to watch.
He gets his ass kicked or whatever. Most recognized entering. So that's one. Then we got
signed by Tommy Dreamer.
Possibly signed by Tommy Dreamer, which I didn't notice. ECW Extreme Championship Wrestling History. This one's sick.
That's cool.
It has, let's see, like Raven matches. Oh wow. Oh, look at this. Rey Mysterio Jr., but they spelled Mysterio with an I.
Oh wow.
Huh.
This probably goes for thousands of dollars.
This has got it. The main event is Tommy Dreamer versus
that's definitely
Brian Lee.
Yeah, that's definitely autographed by Tommy Dreamer. Did anyone know that was autographed by Tommy Dreamer?
No. That's crazy.
That's hilarious.
Uncensored. That's crazy. Okay, and then we have Undertaker the Phenom, which I guess is just random Undertaker matches.
Sure.
Highlighting his most recent battles.
Crazy how long they've been making these types of like
1998. Oh yeah, this is 98. ECW is doesn't say. I'm not sure. Hulk Hogan has got to be like early 90s at least.
I would imagine
1989.
Yeah, especially if
Hogan's 1989.
This one's 01.
Oh, this is sick. This one is like my favorite. This one's so sick.
So cool.
I guess I haven't held them up to the camera at all, but boom. This is my yard.
Yeah, that's sick.
So
discovery of Kane's existence.
That's so sick. I want to get a date for this ECW one.
Which shows you the side.
The ECW one has got, I mean, the earliest match is a 95 match. So this has got to be, the latest match is at the end of 96. So this has got to be at least from like 1996, 1997.
Approximate running time, 60 minutes. That's dope.
ECW executive producer Paul Heyman. This is crazy. So I don't know. I'm gonna if I can figure out how to set up the VCR, I'm gonna.
They're cool to have.
I mean, I'm curious if these it'd be easiest case scenario if these videos are just on Peacock. I mean, the two Undertaker ones are WWF home videos,
right?
But these other two, this one is Pioneer Entertainment, and this one is 3G home video or some shit. I don't know.
Hey, cool. But great find though.
I promised Aaron they'd be part of the set, so I'm gonna move the. Well, we'll talk about this. We'll put it right in the middle.
Figure that out.
But put them.
There we go. Look at that.
I was gonna say all upside down. Yeah. Boom. There. We'll figure out a better way to display those. But
Hulk Hogan's upside down, but
that's fine.
That's annoying. I also went thrift shopping on last Friday. Me and Taylor went to some places, and we went to this one place. I didn't get it, and I went to this place last year. This is the place I told you about where I got the big Sopranos painting. Do you remember that?
Okay, yeah.
And I went last year, and they had nothing wrestling related. And there's so many floors. There's like toy sections, whatever. Mm-hmm. So this time around, I went and I found a Nick Aldis TNA action
Oh, you're telling me about that.
I think I told you that. And then I found this other one, this Rock SmackDown.
Old, that's sick.
Like early SmackDown, like early 2000s figure. Didn't buy it. It was like
why
30
not?
bucks.
Really?
And I was like...
Is that like a locker? That's so sick.
It's a locker, yeah.
Series 6 World Wrestling Federation. The jacket. This is sick.
It was cool.
I get why it's $30.
It was $30, and I was like, I don't know if I'm just gonna, because I'm just gonna like put it somewhere. Like I'm not gonna take it out of the casing or anything like that. But I put it somewhere where if I ever wanted to go back to get it, I can go back and get it. Okay. So I can always snatch it later on.
Well, that's thrift talk. That's our wrestling flea market thrift talk. I guess first and foremost, I kind of forgot about it. We should get into who's the current owner.
Yeah, who is
of the SCW Predictions Championship. I believe it's you. Do you have your stuff on you?
I do have my stuff on me. Yes.
So we'll kind of go down it. Mm-hmm. And kind of keep tally. Now, I believe because one of the things we left the stream with was time. Mm-hmm. And what I found, I'll double check it right now, but I think it was like if Cody was like in the longest, that would be another point or whatever.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble 2024 wiki. I think Jey Uso was the longest.
Okay. Yeah, there was some confusion there.
Okay, perfect. Here we go.
Okay.
Where's Jay? Hold on. How do you fucking... this is... Okay. Oh, that's the woman's. Okay. All right, Jey Uso, 50 minutes and 55 seconds. Cody, 43 minutes. So Jey Uso won that. So I believe that's the dagger, but we'll go through it.
Yeah, we'll go through it.
So I guess we'll just go through what we got right.
Okay.
I got Bayley wins.
Yep.
I got Liv Morgan as a surprise.
Yep.
I got Roman Reigns wins.
Yep.
I got Logan Paul wins. Mm-hmm. I got Cody eliminating Shinsuke. And then I got Cody Rhodes winning the whole thing to give me 6 total points.
Okay. So I had Logan Paul winning, Roman Reigns winning, and then pinning AJ.
Yeah, that was a big point.
Jade was my return there. Then I believe... And then what did I have in the men's? Was it Andrade returned, the final 4, and then I believe, was it Gunther eliminates Cody was the last one for me? There was one other one that I had.
Did you not write down? What do you mean?
No, I have all of them. I'm just trying to think of...
Gunther did not eliminate Cody.
Okay, so
he won.
2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6, but I feel like I'm missing...
I thought you had one.
Yeah. Am I missing one? What am I missing?
No, let me see.
Yeah, go ahead. Because I thought I had 7, but
Logan, Roman, AJ, and then Becky, no. Bianca eliminates Jade, no. Jade. Was it the final 4 for the women's?
No, I don't think that was the final 4. No, because Becky wasn't in the final 4.
Right. Did we tie? I thought you won.
I thought I had 7. I mean, maybe there was a... Did it say who eliminated by? Because
For what?
who was Gunther eliminated by? Maybe that.
Yeah, but you put a Gunther eliminates Cody, so that doesn't matter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I confused myself. Yeah.
I thought I'm pretty sure you like when we were tallying it. I'm pretty sure you won, but I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't want to harp on it too much. Maybe right now it's vacated.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure this.
We'll figure
I don't
it
know
out.
what the confusion is.
But
we'll figure this out off the camera.
yeah.
We'll have an official announcement.
But right now.
Yeah.
The CW Predictions Championship is vacated.
Yeah.
We can just keep it over here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, let's dive into it here. We're going to start with the biggest piece of wrestling news. CM Punk, the unluckiest in the world, injured. Before we get to that next topic, we want to let you know that this video is sponsored by BetterHelp.
A relationship that I am most proudest of is with my mother, because she taught me to love myself, but also most importantly, to love others. And that has helped me in my relationships throughout my life.
A common misconception about relationships is they have to be easy to be right, but that's not true at all. The best relationships are the ones where both parties put in the work to make it great. Oftentimes, we have a hard time navigating tough moments. That's perfectly fine. That's okay. The good news is that we have access to therapy as a safe space to work through the challenges we face in all of our relationships. You might think that therapy is only for relationships that are weak or broken, but that's not true. Therapy is for everyone who wants to improve their mental health and well-being. Therapy can help you cope with your emotions, challenges, and goals, as well as discover your strengths, passions, and values. Therapy is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of courage and resilience. Strengthen your relationships and give yourself the best chance to succeed. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, convenient, and very accessible. Become your own soulmate. Whether you're looking for one or not, visit betterhelp.com/stash today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/stash. Thank you for BetterHelp for sponsoring today's show. And now back to the episode. Unreal. I couldn't believe this when I saw it.
I was seeing like the reports as they were coming out, like he might get hurt, like he may be hurt, like there's some indications, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. And then when they said torn tricep, oh, what a low blow, man.
Insane.
What a sucker punch.
And I saw like on Twitter they were posting the moment. It was like on like the DDT Drew hit him with.
Yeah, and you can see him going to the corner.
He just like all it was he just landed on his, like it wasn't anything like, to what I saw, it wasn't anything of like, you know, he fell on his arm or it was a botched move or whatever. It just seems like bad luck. He just caught himself weird or whatever.
Yeah, the way his arm hit the mat.
Which is your tricep? That back here?
Back here, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so, I mean, he had a tricep injury in AEW, but I think it was the other tricep. I could be wrong, but yeah, dude, just one thing after. It's like the whole Seth Rollins thing was, you know, that was a low blow. Then it's like, oh, no, we can recover from this. He'll be back in time. And then now Punk is hurt. And now, obviously, Seth and CM Punk, if that was going to happen at Mania, it isn't now.
I mean, like,
tough.
It just... no one's talking about this, and I don't think it has too many legs, but it does make you think of, because he made his injury known to the referees and the officials during the match, and he finished the match.
Right.
I wonder, was he intended to win?
So I don't think he was. I've been seeing this thing going around Twitter of people being like, saying that, like, oh, this is when he realized he got hurt, this is when he called the audible or whatever, something like that. Could that have happened? Yeah, that's absolutely true, but I also don't think it would have that happened. I think Cody was meant to win the entire way through.
Yeah, I believe that too.
I mean, like, what am I to go off of, you know? But like, I don't think he called an audible. I think Cody was meant to win the whole time. Punk got hurt, and he just carried through.
Yeah,
he had to tell the ref he was hurt.
It is insane that he just went, because he went for a while.
He went like another 10 minutes.
Yeah, probably even more, because like him and Cody alone went a while.
And then, you know, people on social media and stuff were kind of trashing him for saying he wasn't looking that great during the Rumble and stuff like that. Well, I think that's a big reason why, because he was favoring his arm, and people were like saying like, oh, like age is catching up to him and stuff. Like, well, when you tear your tricep, you're not going to be at 100%. So.
I mean, even before the injury, I thought he looked solid.
Great.
I didn't have any complaints.
He looked great before he got hurt. I honestly, to be completely honest, I didn't even notice. Like during the match, there was no moment where I picked up like, oh, he looks like he's hurt.
Same.
It just seemed like he was going with it. But yeah, dude, sucks. One big main event taken away.
So now, I mean, like we'll talk about like the Raw promo in a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know, they're setting up a lot of Drew thing, which I want to talk about because Drew's making the best of it or making the most out of it. But like you said, Seth and Punk, which we got to talk about. I mean, the Seth and Cody promo too.
We got a lot to talk about. Promos on Raw.
I loved that promo.
Which one?
The Seth and Cody one. People
were shitting on
which
it.
I didn't.
It was very 50-50.
Yeah, we'll talk to keep myself organized. We'll talk about it. We'll section that off for a little later. But right now, Punk plans. What are they going to do now with Seth? Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess that bleeds into whatever. I don't know, man. It's just like it's crazy how they clearly had plans, and they clearly had plans to have Punk main event. I'd imagine night one,
right?
Ripped from under them months later or months before. I don't know. I best case scenario, I don't think Cody's challenging Seth. We'll get that out of the way.
No.
Despite the whole
love the promo, but no.
But I guess the question is what I'm dancing around is what next? What plans are changing because Punk is injured? What
So there can be some beauty in this because now they can get crazy. Because now you had the plans of Punk. We're just going to assume Punk Rollins, right? It seems like that was the direction we were going down.
Also, quick interjection. I know he had house show matches or a house show match. Insane his first time on paper.
On live television.
On live TV in a ring. Hurt. Boom, injured, done. I mean, he mentioned himself unlucky, but yeah, so sorry, go ahead.
Because you can do you have
Seth options.
Gunther now. And I've seen some people saying that was supposed to be the original plan.
I think that's the
before
move.
Punk came back. That was supposed to be the match, and then Punk came in, and obviously whatever. They can do Drew again. Sammy's kind of being thrown into the main event picture. I've been seeing some people say you can do a triple threat match, Drew and Sammy, and kind of seeing if you can mess around with maybe Sammy getting a little underdog win or Drew getting the win. And then I know you're not gonna like this one, but Damian Priest.
Well, that's
there's a logical this could make sense now.
Well, that's what because I've been I don't want to say we, but I at least have been dogging on the Money in the Bank thing with Damian for a while. But once this Punk thing happened, besides Gunther, that was my first thing of it needs to be a Damian thing. Because why wouldn't it? Now it's
it makes sense now.
He has the Money in the Bank. The main challenger is gone.
Rollins is hurt, and he still shows up
Rollins
every week.
Is hurt.
So,
do I think Damian should win? Not necessarily. But
that comes into play now.
At this point, it's like you gotta get that Money in the Bank back in now because you have a story. I don't necessarily think it's the best one, but you have the Money in the Bank. Use it. Mm-hmm. And it can still be you can do a ton of stuff with it. Maybe he cashes in along the way to WrestleMania. Maybe it's during Mania.
Yeah.
Maybe he adds himself into a match. Maybe he declares a match. There's a lot you can do with it, and I think I don't want to say it's an easy route, but it's a convenient thing to have in your back pocket with Punk being injured. Of okay, well, we do have the Money in the Bank winner.
Plan B.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, you can even with the Money in the Bank stuff, you can throw in a bunch of other challengers like a Sammy, a Drew, a Jay, Gunther, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, the list goes on. I think I'm interested to see what they're gonna do because this is also something we haven't really talked about. I mean, we haven't been focused on it, but Elimination Chamber is coming up. Gunther isn't gonna be at Elimination Chamber because
that's what I'm hearing.
Because he's I think he is trying to get U.S. citizenship, and he can't leave the U.S. for a certain amount of I think it's like a 6 month. I could be so wrong, but I think it's like a 6 month period where he can't leave the country, and if he does, he won't be out. Whatever. So he won't be there. So Gunther, unless he loses the belt on a show, is probably going into Mania as the Intercontinental Champion. So then you have to think: is it going to be Gunther's in the match, but he defends the title another time, like at Mania, or he's the double champ, and then he has to let go of the Intercon. There is so many things that could happen here, and I don't know what Triple H is going to do. I'm interested. I'm very like fascinated. I'm excited to see what he does. But
I mean, Gunther would be my pick, mainly because like it makes the most sense.
It makes sense. Yeah,
he's the most like he is. You know,
he's ready.
He's ready. He's the most defending, best champion. Like on paper, the World Heavyweight Championship is above it, but like he's made that IC title look amazing. He's ready. Even like on paper, he's earned it. You can say, but that's the thing too. Is like I would choose Gunther, but he has the title.
If he wasn't the IC champion, it would be the easiest.
Yeah, 100%.
Easiest direction to go down.
So it's like, what do they do? You know, does he pull double duty? Does he split up 2 nights? Do they just keep him away from the World Heavyweight Championship because I think there's so much opportunity to have like if you have Gunther with the IC title and you give up having an IC title match, you're still gonna have a banger with Seth.
But you're sacrificing.
You're sacrificing so much opportunity
because you can still get a great match with Seth, but you're losing a phenomenal.
And whoever Seth faces, like. It makes sense to have them separate because you're more than likely to have 2 bangers because Seth can put on something with anyone.
And now I wonder if Seth and Punk was the match, that was going to be the main event. I wonder if that changes up kind of who's main eventing night 1 now. Maybe they kind of pivot and they give the main event to maybe like a Bayley and Io or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, that could change because the main event might not be as big as it was with Punk. That's not really the big pick. That's not really the big focus here.
But I think there's opportunity because
because the story isn't going to be as strong as like a Bayley Io is much stronger than Seth Gunther.
With a situation like this, like kind of you even said, is there's opportunity. And what is nice is there's opportunity for like the women, and a story with Bayley and Io does deserve that like
absolutely
spotlight just as well. So I think there's opportunity.
There's a lot of stuff they're gonna have to change and go around the next few months. But hey, this is why you build stars because you have backup options. You know what I mean?
So I guess with that, I wanted to go through the Rumble, but we're already here. Let's
just go through Raw.
Yeah, let's talk about. I guess we're all right. We're already on the World Heavyweight Championship. Yep. Let's go, Seth Cody.
Oh, amazing promo. Anyone that didn't like it,
liked it.
Argue with the wall.
I loved it
because the people. So for what I'm saying, the argument is against this. I'm saying this promo helped elevate the World Heavyweight Championship and make it seem like this is like the top title and being like this is the title that the Royal Rumble winner should challenge for. And people are like, oh, that made the title look weak by him talking about that. How did it make it look weak?
I can't say I don't understand where people are coming from.
I understand, but I don't agree with it. I don't agree with that. That makes it look weak.
I like 85% disagree with most people, but there's like 15% of me where it's like, because like at the end of the day, he did come out and it does like if you have to go out there and be like, me, I'm a good champion. I've been defending it. Me. If you have to say it, that kind of takes away from it. I think desperate is the word a lot of people are using too. And it, what I liked about it and how I interpret it, and I think you interpret it the same, of like it is the workhorse world title. It's kind of what they're showcasing it as. And Seth and Cody have a lot of history. Seth doesn't have the Punk thing anymore, but he's like, and also insane burial of Roman, like insane of him basically just being like, he's not here, and you don't want that title, the Hollywood title, insane.
Yeah.
But I guess it's how you interpret it. But I interpret it as him just being like he wants to fight. It's the Seth Rollins that's going to challenge anyone. He's putting it on the line, and he sees like Cody has this opportunity. Don't choose Roman. Try to take it from me. That's how I took it, as Seth drawing the line and being like, I'm tough and I'm da-da-da. I can see the other side of it where people are like, he knows the title that Cody is going to choose is Roman's title.
I mean, at the end of the Rumble, Cody was pointing at Roman.
Yeah.
So that's
so it is a little bit of like no, consider me, consider the second guy.
I'm here. Yeah. I get it.
But that's more so just to say it, right. But like I'm in the same camp as you, where it's like, no, I ultimately like, and he has a point. It's like
everything he said was right.
Everything he said is right, and also like the undisputed championship is like the whole. He is right about like it being like holy and like, or not holy, but like the Hollywood one. It's up here. It's on a different level. And even if he is like coming from a level of disparity. I think that's just because it's like he's been fighting this whole time. Seth has always been the number 2 guy under Roman.
Yeah, it's like why is it like everyone immediately thinks you're going to go after him? Like why? Yeah, I'm on his level too.
Yeah,
like, and he's trying exactly.
So I think even if there is a level of like him being desperate, I think it's more of like a desperate, hungry, proving yourself thing.
It's not like a bad desperate. I understand completely. Yeah, I took it as listen. I think he went out there to elevate the value of the World Heavyweight Championship and what a match against Seth Rollins would mean at Mania. And I think he accomplished. I think he did exactly what he had to do. And man, let me tell you, Cody he looked like he was gonna sob the whole time. Just this guy, I love the selling and everything.
Even like the little note of Seth being like, because like if you look at the Punk promo, it was all about Dusty. And not all about Dusty, but he mentioned a lot about Dusty and made Cody's story very much about Dusty. Seth said, this isn't about Dusty. This is about you. And he's like, if Dusty was here, sure, like we know which title he'd go after. Obviously, the WWE Championship is the title he never got, the one you want to bring home. However, respectfully, Dusty's not here. What do you want? And that took it to a whole
like, what's in your heart?
Other thing. Like, yeah.
And then Cody goes up to him. He goes, I'll think about it. just all he needed to say, I'll think about it.
I owe you. I'll let you know.
And then SmackDown, he'll be there tomorrow, Cody. So we'll see him again twice this week.
Yeah, I don't think.
Double duty.
Because I know Bayley mentioned she's making her decision on Friday. I can't imagine.
I don't think he'll make his
I don't think
decision.
Cody's making a decision.
I just think it's gonna, because Roman will be there. It'll definitely sort of.
I'm sure they'll have a little face to face or something.
They'll have something for sure. But
I'm sure. If I have to predict Roman's promo now, it's gonna be, go ahead, go after Seth's. Do the almost like a take an easy one. You don't want this.
Go the easy.
Go
route.
after Seth. I mean. As much as I loved the Seth promo, as much as I would love Seth Cody, as much as
it ain't happening.
It has to be Roman Cody.
It's got to be Roman.
It has to be.
There's no other way.
It has.
If anyone's beating Roman at this, you had Cody go back-to-back Rumbles, first time since Stone Cold, and you're telling me this guy isn't going to be the face of your company for the next 5 to 10 years?
The person to face Roman at WrestleMania has to be Okada.
It has to be, guys. What are we talking about here? He's going to be at the Chamber now. But I think promo was great, but at the end of the day, it's still going to be Cody Roman.
Yeah, it has to be.
Cody Roman. Seth is going to have to come out next week looking for someone else to fight him.
Let's see. Was there anything in the promo I missed? Blah, blah, blah. I'm not trying to be a jerk right now, but you're not. He did say, I loved this line by Seth. So I'm not trying to be a jerk right now, but you're not the guy. Roman Reigns is not even the guy anymore. I'm the guy. The World Heavyweight Championship is the championship.
I love that line too.
He was calling the title the blue collar title, the workhorse title,
the
Dusty Rhodes title. So I don't know. I mean, but also you could argue if it's gonna be Cody Roman anyway, then what really, other than I guess it does still elevate and hype up Seth, but what's it gonna say now when after Seth did all this talk and whatever, and Cody goes, word, I hear you, I'm choosing Roman. All
right, so I don't think they need to give it a little bit of time to marinate. Cody shouldn't give his decision tomorrow.
I agree,
but I would like them to announce this before Elimination Chamber, because we just need at least a solid month and a half build up for this thing. Just like
promos,
all that shit. I know Roman isn't going to be there every week, but you know who will be? Cody will be, and Paul Heyman could be there too. Just a month and a half at least of build up there. So I want them to announce it soon, but give it time so the whole set thing makes sense.
Elimination Chamber is February 24th, so we got some time.
We do.
But I would say within the next 2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks. Not this, maybe not this Friday. Maybe not next Monday, but the Monday after.
Because also for Seth too, is they need to start going on his, if it's not Cody, they got to start building.
Seth's story has to,
his shit,
I'm assuming that starts the Rumble. I would imagine, not the Rumble, Elimination Chamber. Which also goes back to thinking, even if there's an Elimination Chamber match, right, for the number one contender match, Gunther isn't going to be in the match because he's not going to be there.
Yeah.
So Gunther might not even be an option.
Well, here's what I want. I don't want an Elimination Chamber match for a number one contendership.
Oh, okay.
I want a women's match for. I want a women's match for Rhea's number one contenders for Rhea's title. Then I want a U.S. Championship Elimination Chamber. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Yeah,
because I don't think you need 2 Elimination Chambers to determine two number one contenders.
You definitely need one for Rhea's.
I think you do,
because there's so many people you can put in there too.
But a match. I mean, you get Logan, Kevin. I don't know who else. Bobby
Santos. You can throw in there if you want.
Who else is on SmackDown? Jay's on Raw.
Carmelo Hayes, if you want to put a young guy in there.
Sure.
I mean, I'm assuming he'll. Yeah, no.
That's what
I get
want.
what you're saying.
Personally.
Yeah. I mean, I just kind of always imagine like they would do a chamber match for the number one contenders. Kind of same thing for the women's. Like, there's so many people you can kind of throw in there, but it depends what they want to do. If they want to go Gunther, then they're not going to have the match.
Yeah,
so.
I kind of even like one world title. You have someone qualify for the Rumble. Other one is like a storyline challenge. Like, you know what I mean?
Logan Paul in the Elimination Chamber match would steal the show.
That's what I mean.
So,
that's,
yeah. No, that's a good point.
But also interesting to look at Elimination Chamber of, because we were thinking it's being reported Roman's not going to be there.
Right.
That means Rock stuff is looking pretty light.
And Punk was announced. Punk isn't going to be there
Punk's
anymore.
Not going to be there.
Poor people.
So what are they doing for elimination? I mean, they're obviously going to have the 2 Elimination Chamber matches.
Yeah, because no IC title, probably no World Heavyweight title.
Unless Seth...
They might have to do a few Elimination Chamber matches, honestly.
Yeah.
They might have to.
I wonder, they might even do like...
Io maybe will probably defend the belt. Rhea will Rhea might main event because that's her home country. So that'll be.
So for sure.
I can see her main eventing.
Huh. Yeah. Against who?
Maybe Nia. I know that would.
Yeah, but is that the main event?
No,
because I was gonna say Becky, but I want Becky at Mania.
Yeah,
she
has to win the Elimination Chamber. Yeah.
Huh. What are they gonna do? We're talking about Mania.
I know.
They gotta scramble for the Chamber. Maybe they're not scrambling. Maybe I'm being too dramatic about it.
Because they need a big opponent for. I mean, they're not going to give her Jade. They're not going to throw Jade at her that quickly.
Especially Jade. Jade in that main event too soon. I think is too.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't know, man. Triple H has his hands full. That's for damn sure.
Yeah,
I don't envy him right now.
Let's talk about the CM Punk promo. Mm-hmm. He announced to the crowd the injury, all this stuff. He hasn't had.
Doesn't believe in luck.
He doesn't believe in luck.
I've been unlucky.
Where is that? I think he mentioned I'm gonna come back. I forget if he mentioned WrestleMania 41 or not, but alluding to I'll be back. I'll get my moment in the future.
Mania,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, at first he was I don't know if that's in my. He goes, main eventing 40 isn't in my cards. He goes, I don't know if I'll main event again. Yeah,
which I think was good playing on. Yeah. It plays on just like the.
I mean, he is in his mid 40s. We do have to be realistic here. This may have been his only chance. I mean, I don't want to talk like that, but you never know.
I don't know. I think he'll come.
I think
he'll be good
I think
for
he will
41.
too. I think he will too.
What is it looking at? 4 to 5 months.
4 to 6 months.
Damn,
but
that sucks.
It really depends on the person, you know. So, yeah. But he'll definitely won't be back for Mania.
But someone who they're allowing to make the best out of a shitty situation, Drew McIntyre. He's been on a rampage.
It writes itself.
In my head, I think it's mostly like us talking, and it's a lot of the internet too, is like through this Drew McIntyre heel stuff, every single week it feels like we're getting pretty close to the full Drew heel turn. Drew's gonna turn full heel.
Oh, he's been like, we're here. Oh no, we're here. I tweeted, I said the last thing that we need is Broken Dreams to come back. Once that's back, we're cooking. We're cooking.
I don't know, because I think that's gonna be. I think people are gonna like it. I think
at this point, yeah, I know, but it's so good. It's so fucking good. But bro, this honestly may have been the best thing to happen to Drew McIntyre's heel character. Yeah. Oh, this takes it to another level.
I liked the craziest part where he was like, because Drew was the one to like sort of injure him, I guess you can say. Or he was the one involved in the injury. And he was like, I did it on purpose, or whatever.
He goes, I'm not a religious man, but I prayed for this.
I prayed for this.
That was so
I prayed
good.
For this.
And then the memes you see, everything he's been tweeting and stuff like that.
Oh, with like the grave thing.
The graven thing like that. Oh man, Drew. Yeah, he's definitely gonna feast off of this story right here. I mean,
and he even attacked him. He attacked him. He started going on the arm.
To the point where people are like, I don't think Punk is hurt, because would they let that happen?
I thought that was strange.
When at that point with when you have a torn like bicep or Cody,
it's like I was gonna say, it can't get any worse. It can't
get any worse. Yeah. So, and obviously Drew McIntyre didn't actually fucking stomp full force on CM Punk's arm. So let's also be real with that. But this is such a great thing to happen to Drew, because now you give him that kind of like, his dream is to win the World Heavyweight Championship, and Punk's dream was to main event WrestleMania. He just killed Punk's dream. So now that's why I think, and I kind of, Gunther.
That's why I think they're broken dreams.
Mania, coming out at Mania. I would love Gunther Seth. I want Gunther to win the World Heavyweight Championship so badly. But man, I think Drew McIntyre, by the time we get to Mania, I'm going to be full just like on board with Drew winning that belt. I want him to win a world championship at Mania in front of fans so bad. And he's been doing great work with this heel character, like as time's been going on. And I think this, again, best thing to happen to him, he's going to take advantage of it.
Yeah. I think if it's not Gunther, I think Drew is like the next up.
And I know they've had a few matches already. I get it. And he's lost. But like, I think this one could be a little different.
I would even say I think they would need to make it a multi-man. Do a triple threat or a fatal four-way. Include Drew.
You can throw Sammy in there like Sammy that. You can do a bunch of different things.
I think that's
but I think Drew McIntyre should be involved in this some way at Mania.
And then post-Mania, whether he has the belt or not, you're setting up the CM Punk Drew McIntyre feud.
That feud is going to be money when Punk comes back.
Regardless, it needs to, and it's why I say whether Drew has the belt or not, there's going to be a Punk Drew feud. However, we need to get the full extent of Seth Punk. Because that's like, that's the thing.
And I think this is similar, not the same exactly, but similar. Like, Cody Rhodes comes back. He gets hurt on the way to Mania. Then he loses at Mania. He didn't finish his story his first go around. Punk, his story is to main event Mania. He gets hurt, and we're going to have to push it off a little bit, until next year. Because the story wasn't him winning the belt. The story is just him main eventing. So we're talking about just the match happening. We're not even talking about whether Punk's even going to win or not. It's just him main eventing. So it's like, we thought we were going to get it now, but we're going to have to wait another year. And that's what it seems like for these AEW to WWE guys, WWE to AEW to WWE guys.
I will say, and maybe I'm just being a stick in the mud. Mm-hmm. I really hate to say it. I'm so sick of Finisher Story at this point. They're overusing it.
Do you see the video
so much?
Do you see the video backstage? It was Punk and Cody, like before Punk went out there or something like that, and he was just kind of like emotional. And him and Punk, Cody and Punk dap up, and Punk goes, "Finish your story, bro." On Raw. It was like a back. No, it wasn't like on the show. They posted it on X.
I thought you were saying it was at the Rumble.
No. He was like, "Finish your story, bro."
I know. That I liked. That I'm not said that I liked. And the use of Finisher Story.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying Punk finishing the story. I know, but
it's not even you. Yeah. It's like everyone. Even like WWE is saying it.
When are they gonna make a shirt? They might as well make a shirt out
really
of it, right?
They haven't. They already made a video game based on it. But like even Cody, like during the press conference, like Cody, I think is starting to roll his eyes at this point of Finisher Story and like
like that. Well, good thing it'll be over in 2 months.
Yeah,
I'll be in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, and Roman's gonna have the title. He's gonna lose to Roman again.
He's gonna break Hogan's record, just like we all thought would happen.
But so we have Rumble. I mean, there's some good stuff that happened on Raw. I forget if we even
the tag team match, Judgment Day and DIY was fantastic.
That was good.
Really good tag team match.
DIY got lost again.
They lost, yeah, and then R-Truth got kicked out of Judgment Day, but got the shit kicked out of him after.
Gunther Kofi, I thought
that was a
great.
Good match. Yep.
I think it was kind of built on Kofi going for the 5-time.
Dude, they're fucking. They were teasing like the Imperium and New Day 3-on-2. I don't know if you were really watched it after the match, but it was just a 3-on-2.
Oh, right, because Ludwig went in and Vinci.
And then Gunther got involved, and it's like people were. I saw a few people on Twitter that were like, I really thought Big E was gonna come out there and stuff like that.
I mean, he would be the natural.
That would be crazy.
The natural third.
That would be the natural third.
But because a lot of this other stuff is like with like Bayley talking about her Rumble stuff. Let's jump over to the Rumble.
Okay.
I pulled up two. I meant to pull up Rumble.
I also want to point one more thing real quick.
Go ahead, please.
So the ending to the Sammy Drew match, WWE has been coming up with some unique endings to matches lately, like the Rumble match with like Logan.
Oh,
and
it was like the
brass knuckles, and then Sammy was going for the haluva kick, and then Drew like kind of went to block, and it like low blowed him. But like he didn't low blow him; he was protecting himself. Hits him with the Claymore 1, 2, 3. I have never seen anything like that.
Yeah,
before.
I thought that was cool.
I like it. I think it's very cool. Different way to end matches.
Let's talk about the women's Rumble.
You mean the best Rumble? The best Rumble.
Best Rumble by far of the night for sure. Bayley got the dub ski.
Iron Woman.
I mean, there was so much in this. We got Jordan Grace, who I've been hearing praise about her, and I said it. I'm saying that as if I didn't see it, and I'm not part of that praise. But like, yeah, I mean, but from Triple H and just people online, she was definitely the highlight, or at least one of the standouts of the match. We saw Jade Cargill make her debut. You got a 6 standoff between her and Bianca. What else crazy happened? Tiffany Stratton at 29, the return of Liv Morgan at 30. There was this 6 shot I'm sure you saw of after the match where like they're outside the ring, and it's Liv, Jade, I might have the order wrong, but like Liv, Jade, Bianca,
Tiffany. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And they're all it's like those are the challengers. Those are the women next up. Those are
that's the future right there. Man, if that Women's Royal Rumble match didn't tell you that the future is set with the women's division.
The women's division is crazy.
Man, oh man. Yeah, they stacked right now, bro. They cooked this match.
Yeah, it was a really good Rumble. Bayley wins in a way which I don't dislike it. I thought my predictions was there was going to be way more damage control cracks in the match. Damage control gets thrown out regularly. Yep. Which to lead into Raw, Bayley had her promo, and she was like, her and Rhea went back and forth, and this whole time Rhea's been like, don't challenge me because you're gonna regret it, and like that sort of thing. Nia Jax came out saying like Rhea's mine. Bayley was like, I'm making my decision Friday. A little shot at, and also like when Nia Jax kind of confronted Bayley, damage control left her. Yep. As is tradition. shot of Io kind of just looking concerned about Bayley's decision. She's gonna make that tomorrow night on SmackDown.
Yep.
But so I think I wanted some damage control stuff, but in hindsight, I guess it's good they didn't do it in the Rumble because they have. This is what we were talking about with the other stories. They have 2 or 3 months, whatever it is, to tell this damage control Bayley Io sort of thing. Which I think, I guess it's a good thing they didn't do it too early.
I think too, like they made by it not being centered around damage control, they made this more about Bayley. Like this Rumble was about Bayley coming in at 3 and going the distance and winning the whole thing. Not about damage control helping her out. Like, listen, she's a star. She doesn't need the help. Would it have been like, was it a little weird? Like, I thought too there was gonna be a lot more damage control stuff, but it really wasn't needed.
What you kept calling it, a damage control rumble or
damage
whatever?
Control rumble, and then I thought it was gonna be a Judgment Day rumble, and that didn't happen either. But yeah, no, I think it was very well done, and with all the star power, you didn't need to do the whole damage control narrative because there was just so many different things going on that was the story.
Also, sorry, I didn't even mention Naomi. Naomi returned.
Yes.
Super sick. Entered at 2.
Yeah. So
crazy.
Bayley has the record for most time spent. Naomi is second in most time spent in the Rumble.
Wow. Yeah. That's
they both
crazy.
broke. I think Rhea had the record from last year.
Yeah. Yeah, because Rhea came out on Raw and she's like, the only reason you broke my record because I wasn't in the match.
Right. And then we said it on the stream, but it was also cool because Naomi and Jordan Grace weeks ago. Naomi, known as Trinity and TNA, lost the Knockouts belt to Jordan Grace. And now weeks later, Jordan Grace, the Knockouts champion, shows up in WWE, and they have a face-off in a WWE ring. That's pretty cool.
Gave each other a hug for 5 seconds, and then
went at each other. Yeah, no, I thought that was cool. That's a cool little, that never, God knows that ever happened, but that's a cool little Easter egg there.
But yeah, I think the women's rumble blew the men's out of the water.
Yeah,
I'm so happy Bayley won. I'm excited for SmackDown. I'm excited for this whole. I mean, there's so much story with damage control and Io having the title and Io having, the Kabuki Warriors on her side, and they have titles. Dakota Kai might be. I mean, I don't know if that's just us speculating, but if there's some Dakota Kai returning stuff in the next month.
Her knee brace is off now.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Okay. So
we're getting closer.
There's a lot. I wouldn't even be surprised if she doesn't make the announcement on SmackDown or something gets interrupted or maybe, I don't know.
I can see her doing saying she's going to fight Rhea and then for like a week or two, like that's the graphic, like kind of like making people believe that that's what they're actually going for. And then at the like before Elimination Chamber, she'd be like, I'm just kidding. I'm going after you or something like that.
I feel like something has to happen. Like, I feel like
there's no way they're going to announce it. I feel like that's a match that's going to get announced like 1 month before. Like we're 2 months away. I think you can still do all this build-up stuff, but build up to the breakup and then post-breakup leading into Mania.
Because if she just, that's kind of what I mean. Because if she just announces it on SmackDown, saying like, "Hey, I'm facing Io," you're skipping over the cracks in the build-up and the
steps 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. So I think you can really make the split and then like
definitely
I never needed you. I'm taking on you and da da da.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's gonna cook the next 2 months.
And like you said, there's a night 1 main event spot open.
There is.
I think Bayley and Io can fill
slide
that
right in there. Yep.
Maybe a controversial take on our part. I don't want to speak for you.
The worst match of the night.
Worst match of the night by far. Underwhelming match, and maybe we had our hopes too high. Roman Reigns versus LA Knight versus Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. Roman Reigns gets the dub.
Why wouldn't we get our hopes up? Why wouldn't we get our hopes? It's a fatal 4-way match with 3 future Hall of Famers. LA Knight, who's the hottest star, or even one of the hottest stars in wrestling right now. Yep. You would think that this match was going to be one of the better ones of Roman Reigns' title run, because I think that's what it was. It should have been hyped up to be. And it was a forgettable one.
I guess there's a lot to talk about here, but where do I want to start? So Solo comes in.
Solo did not. There was actually no reason for Solo to be involved.
It was stupid.
In this
it was so
there
stupid.
was zero purpose because he wasn't involved in the end. He just came in the middle Also, when the match started to get good, because Randy like was going on his RKO fucking spree, pinning Roman, and then Solo. I will say, great work by the camera guys pulling him out. Me and you thought that Roman was getting pinned right there because it was like 2, and then it just stopped.
Yeah.
So they did a good job with that. I'll give them credit for that. But Solo, they could have easily just had him out of this match and could have had it go the same way, and no one would have complained. Because even if it was a mid-match, at least Roman won on his own. At least you can get that.
Yeah, I think I saw you really explaining your thoughts on Twitter. But yeah, this it's like,
come on, what are we doing?
I'll say it. Roman's the weakest world champion in recent memory. He's so weak.
I hate it, dude.
And it's like, it doesn't make any sense because they will even like, they'll have this happen. They'll make him look so weak and so embarrassing of this God world champion. And they'll even mention it. Like someone like Seth or whatever in a promo will be like, he can't win on his own. So it's not like they're hiding it.
And then there's these people on social media, and God bless you guys, where it's just like, that's the point. Solo interferes. He needs a plan B. He has his family to help him. No, it doesn't have to be like that.
It's also just Solo.
It's
at
just
this point.
Solo.
So it's like
if you're typing up, he has the God mode shirts. He's the GOAT. Like,
it doesn't make any sense.
Present him as it, and then I tweet this out. I'm like, Gunther over here is winning matches. Imperium is not there, and he's winning matches cleanly, and he's a dominant heel. Why can't they do that same thing for Roman? I get it's two different people. I understand, but they could do the same style of heel work here.
Gunther looks unbelievably stronger than Roman Reigns. He's
a stronger champion.
Yeah,
than Roman
for sure.
Reigns right now.
For sure.
And that upsets me because a year ago when he beat Cody, I sat in that room over there and I said Roman Reigns is arguably top 5. All time. Yeah. I said that.
Yeah,
I said it.
Said it in this
multiple
room.
times. I said it right. I just said it again. And the way they presented him for the last year, it's garbage. It's garbage. Pure garbage.
I'm not one to, I hate the now you're turning on the story. When they had the bloodline interfering like a year ago, whatever, at least it made sense. It built to things. It built to a split between the Usos and the Sammy stuff and whatever. There was a lot to it. At this point, it's just Solo coming in, dominating 3 world champ material guys, and then Roman gets the win, and it's just it's so deflating.
And also,
because there's no reason to not. There's absolutely no reason at this point to not have a dominant Roman Reigns win.
Especially when we're getting this close to Mania. You want to make him look as dominant as possible. And 2, you're having Solo come out here, do all this stuff to these the World Championship material guys. He hasn't won a match since he beat Cena in November. So you're having a guy that can't win matches come out and take out all these guys. What are we doing?
It just does. Yeah,
and
no
you
reason.
Said people are like, "Oh, you're turning back on the story." Blah 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 blah. When they give us a reason to, not for nothing. Post SummerSlam, what story has been told?
Yeah.
After the whole Jay thing, and even with the Jay thing, I get he got pinned for the first time. He lost. Whatever. You told that. Cool. Since then, he's defended the belt against LA Knight in the Fatal 4-Way match.
Yeah.
Nothing else has happened.
Yeah.
Why are we supposed to?
And again, not to
pisses me off.
Not to harp on it, but again, I think it just the biggest thing is just there's no you would have had not even the same, just a better outcome, and he can win in a cheeky way, but just by himself. Even if he got a heelish win by himself,
someone.
Sure,
I don't care. Do it.
Whatever.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it, please.
Just it is it is shocking, and like I said, it kind of goes back to the thing where it's it doesn't make sense, and like you were saying with the God mode T-shirts and whatever, none of it makes sense. Where they're mentioning how in a promo how he can't win on his own. At the same time, they have Michael Cole talking about him being a god and in God mode. They're selling God mode T-shirts. Michael Cole did say a line which I liked. He said something it was during Roman's entrance, he was he gets a lot of criticism. Roman Reigns gets a lot of criticism for not defending the title, and people think he's not a true champion. beat him.
Yeah, I saw.
Which I liked that. I liked that, but it doesn't make sense when you match it with Solo Sikoa winning you the matches.
Right.
So it's just like
it's just
go one way. Go all in with him being like an awful chicken shit, piss poor champion, or go in the God mode thing, which is what they should do, and be dominant and unstoppable because he's so stoppable.
But I just don't like. My question is just simply why. Like, why can't they?
I think
why can't they book him? Like
I think people's defense is like, oh well, the story is kind of what you were saying. Like, oh well, the story is that you're not just facing Roman, you're facing the bloodline, which is bullshit at this point. It's just Solo.
The family's gone. Everyone's gone. It's just Solo.
Jimmy didn't come out.
Shit. Jimmy had his hands full in the Rumble match. Jimmy doesn't do shit. His wife is back in the company. He's occupied now. He's out of the picture. You have like this guy's had the belt for 4 years. Just make him the most dominant champ ever.
It's
What's
so
stopping
easy.
you
It's
from
so
doing
easy.
it? It's so easy.
And now it's like, I know we've been talking about this for a while, but now it's like
I didn't think I was gonna get this passionate about talking this match.
I had a feeling you would. They have Elimination Chamber at the end of the month. Roman Reigns isn't going to be at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
that's what the next pay-per-view is. Guess what the next pay-per-view is after Elimination Chamber? WrestleMania. So what time?
Nothing.
They ran out of time. They ran out of time with Roman.
To do.
So it's like,
you only
what?
have 2 months?
He doesn't wrestle on TV. So what are they gonna do?
Yeah, nothing.
That was his last match. I would have met. I can't say. I'm not. I can't predict the future.
If he has a television match, I would be shocked.
Yeah,
I don't think that's.
But
happening.
so that was just judging by his track record. That was his last match before Mania.
Why can't he be an elimination champ? Like I don't get it. I don't get it. And then because we're gonna get into this, good segue. After this match happened, I don't know if you saw this on Twitter. Paul Heyman goes up to Logan Paul and goes, "Follow that up."
Oh, I saw you.
And
tweet
guess
something.
what?
Yeah,
they did. they one-upped it.
Yeah. So Logan Paul, Kevin Owens. Logan Paul defeats Kevin Owens.
Controversial ending to the match.
Tell the people how it ended.
So Logan Paul got some brass knuckles from Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
Right. Yep.
He was about to use them. Kevin Owens stopped him, took the brass knuckles, hit Logan with it. Goes to pin him. 1, 2. The ref. Oh, Kevin.
Love that.
I see the knuckles. Disqualification.
Thought that was great.
Never in my life have I seen anything like it.
Because I think that was our biggest thing going into it is we want, like, Logan needed to win it.
Yes.
But we don't want Kevin Owens to get his ass kicked and a clean 1, 2, 3 by Logan. But we also don't want another really, really heely, stupid way. So I think they did, like, he did try to use the knuckles. It didn't work. He got hit, but it was Kevin's slip up. It was Kevin's slip
fault.
up.
Yep.
Which is why I think it's gonna lead to a rematch or in the chamber. No disqualification. Joey actually sent me the. They didn't broadcast on TV.
The video after,
where like Logan's like, they're like, oh, do you have anything to say to the next challenger? And she's like,
yeah.
Come get it. I need him. And he walked off. Joey sent that to me and he's like, is he good?
My best friend sent me that saying, is he actually like,
yeah, and people are saying, I mean, who am I to say? People are saying it's a sell, which I think it is a sell because I think we would have heard if he was actually concussed or something.
He did have a gnarly, like, look like a little black eye. You're getting a little swollen.
So I don't know. I mean, like, who are we to say what it is and what it wasn't?
But no, whether selling or not, he played it off so well.
I thought the match was great. It
was fun. It was action packed.
And like you said, I mean, the biggest story of that is that should not have been better than the Fatal 4-Way. And it was.
It was.
Yeah,
it just was. Logan looked good. Kevin looked good. Also, well, I don't know if you saw this too after the match. Not they announced, but on Twitter it went out. Kevin Owens wrestled with a fractured foot during that match.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know.
That's crazy.
What that means.
Everyone's
forward.
injured.
He still says that he's like going after Logan, and it didn't seem like he was gonna miss time or anything. But
fractured foot to me sounds
painful.
I don't know.
That sounds painful. And then
unless you have more to say about the Logan match.
No.
Men's Rumble. I don't want to be just that guy.
I think the match was good. I think it was. It wasn't. You know what? I think the match was great. But I think no. Listen, I think the match itself, like everyone involved, was great. But like obviously, the lack of surprises, returns can kind of water it down. But at the same time, I'm not expecting Okada or a Mercedes. I'm not expecting people like that.
Mercedes in the men's
match, like she didn't show up in the women's. So I was like, well, if she's showing up, there's only one left.
Of course.
I think a lot of people were saying this match wasn't good or kind of like were upset by it because of the lack of surprise or returns. But if you take that aspect out of it, I think the match itself was great. I really do think it was.
See, my take on it is I think overall it was a pretty lackluster Rumble. And I'm not even saying that because I was expecting. Like I think when a lot of people say it's lackluster, like you said, because there weren't returns, there weren't surprises. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was lackluster because of that. I just think it didn't, for whatever reason. I don't think it hit until they got to like the final 5 or 6. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Once they hit the final 5 or 6,
I think once Punk came in, that's when it was.
I think that's fair. Yeah,
that's when it like started to pick up a bit.
Which I think like that you can say that saved it. So I think overall as a Rumble, I didn't love it. I didn't think it was great. But once Punk came in, or once it was like the final 5 or 6 people in it, then it started to really pick up.
I get that. My biggest thing, what I was most maybe not disappointed, but I think they could have done better, was just the eliminations and stuff. And like we were saying, like some were lackluster. Like Jimmy Uso randomly gets thrown out 1 second. It's like, I would have thought that maybe Jay threw him out, and like Jay gets thrown out randomly, and then like and then we miss an elimination or something like that. It's like, oh, that guy got eliminated. I didn't see it. It was just, I would have felt like it would have made more sense if like the eliminations made more sense. Like this guy would have made more sense if he eliminated
for sure
him.
Why didn't Jay throw out Jimmy?
It's just little things like that was really my biggest gripe.
Me too.
I think like everyone in the match, like it was like big names and stuff like that. I think everyone held their own.
It is also hard to, which I think is a part of it, is like when you're watching 28 other guys fight, but you're like, well, it's going to be Cody or Punk. So you are just...
We were saying we went through all of this to get to Punk and Cody. Everyone knew what we were going to be getting.
Their ending bout ended up being like worth it. But like at the end of the day, you are sitting through like 40 to 50 minutes to get to that ending that is already going to happen. So like I think that might be part of it.
That's justifiable.
Because the women's one, I don't think was nearly as predictable. I think the women's one had like three or four like potential winners.
Bayley, Becky, Liv.
Yeah. At that point, we were in like surprise with Jade. Bianca could get it. What if it's but with this one, it was. I know Gunther's name got thrown in there, but like this one was pretty like it's gonna be Punk or Cody.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some different stuff that happened. We started out 1 and 2 with Jay and Jimmy.
Oh, how the fuck did we not predict that?
I mean, the writing's on the wall.
It was perfect.
I loved it. They're wearing the red and the blue.
I don't know if you saw it for the month of January. Jey Uso is the #1 merchandise seller in the WWE shop.
with the Yeet shirt,
with everything.
Hell yeah!
Let me tell. I think Jey Uso has a title run in his future.
That's what I mean. Put him in the Mania.
It seems like something's going to be happening soon, because I think he should be rewarded for all that he's doing the last few months. It's been incredible.
And that kind of goes to what we were saying. Is like they start out with these two. They didn't throw each other out, but like. And as we were mentioning like Jay in the world title match, and I just said it, but Jay Jimmy, are they gonna do it at Mania?
Unless they wait for next year.
Yeah, honestly, everything's getting pushed till next year.
Pushed till 41. I mean, I'd imagine. I mean, that would be a big time match. That's for sure.
Andrade made his return, looking like $1 million.
Signed with Raw.
He looked. I loved that. Yeah. He just felt important. He felt
like a
on
star.
Raw. Signed. He said, "Tell Zelina I said hi."
Looks great in the suit, and oh my god.
Nick Aldis did say, got a phone call, said, "Oh, it's Braun Breaker. I take this." Carmelo Hayes was in the match.
Sir.
We got Dominic Mysterio throwing out Braun Breaker, but Braun Breaker was in the match. He looked great. Had a huge run.
Braun Breaker was eliminating all the big boys. He eliminated the big boy. He had a
who eliminated Gunther? Do you remember? I don't remember.
No, was it Punk? It was Cody. Because it was the other way. Because I had Gunther and Cody, but it was the other way around.
Mm-hmm. I don't even want to the Pat McAfee was whatever. It's not even worth do I think they should have
given it to someone else?
They probably should have given it to someone else.
I get it. It's a gag. It's supposed to be funny, but yeah. R-Truth was hilarious. The hot tag.
R-Truth was great. Was fantastic. Punk at 27. You got Drew at 29. Sammy at 30. People were hoping for The Rock.
Great job by WWE putting Sammy at 30 because everyone loves Sammy, and people obviously were going to be disappointed if it wasn't The Rock. That's the guy that you want to put in there to tamper with the booze.
You know what I kept seeing, which I didn't love, is I kept seeing TikToks of people like they're filming themselves during when 30 was coming out, and they're just like, all right, here comes 30, just filming their own reaction. And every single one I saw was Sami Zayn's music would hit. And this is 5 or 6 of these videos. And every single one, they're like, oh, man. It was they're all disappointed.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And then people like that are saying the Rumble was shit because The Rock didn't come out.
Sure.
That's what. Yeah. Not everyone's like that, but there are people that say that. That's unfair.
The Rock situation was if The Rock, and we were even on stream kind of saying this. And of course, I'm not going to lie and say that we weren't hoping for The Rock. When 30 was counted down, we were like, wait, could it? No way.
They were making it seem like it really could have been.
If it happened, we would have went crazy. We would have been hyped, blah, blah, blah. But you can't expect it. Because I don't think, realistically, it's I don't think it was as likely as people think. I mean, he has been showing up. I get it.
If the Fatal 4-Way match ended the night, there would have been a much more likely chance of him showing up than at number 30 in the Rumble.
For sure. Mm-hmm. And then Sammy, we've been talking. Sammy's going to be in, I think, the main event picture. Hopefully,
right.
I think that was a fine pick.
So give him that spot, and he's been gone for at least a month or two. So it's a good return spot. Also, to give us some credit here, people have been going crazy on Twitter talking about how generic the theme songs were for the Rumble. And I don't know if you saw the video of Seth Rollins. A fan took a video of him in the booth, and that goes down. It's 3:20. He's looking. And he goes. And then he goes,
we were doing the same thing.
We do the same thing, guys. We're just like Seth Rollins. We're just like people that are world champions in WWE.
Which does, like you said, it does make me feel better because it's like okay, so it's not
they all sound the same. Half the roster has the same theme songs. But yeah, no, I thought that was really funny.
Wow, Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, and Trick Williams are all slated for SmackDown tomorrow.
So the rumor is Raw's getting Andrade. Obviously, he signed there. Jade and Tiffany. And then SmackDown's getting Trick, Carmelo, Braun. That's fine. Also, a report that came out. So Trick Williams came out on SmackDown last week. And he got quite the pop.
Yeah. No, so
people backstage, higher ups, are like, damn, he's they're so impressed. We want him on the main roster very soon now, type of shit. So the future is very bright in WWE right now.
I admittedly, because I don't want to just talk to talk. I was out. I was at that. I was getting my VHS tapes. I did not catch Dynamite.
I caught a little bit of it towards the end.
Did you catch the Hardy match? Jeff Hardy match?
I caught. I saw the beginning of it, but I didn't watch the full match.
Okay, How was the beginning?
It was good. I'll tell you what.
Swerve faced RVD.
I watched that. It was a surprise.
And also to preface this, I'm while I'm editing this, I'm gonna watch Dynamite after. I just haven't gotten a chance to.
I got to see that at the end.
It.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Dealer's choice, Samoa Joe on commentary.
So that's cool. I was like, Jeff Hardy's opening the show and RVD is closing the show.
That's crazy.
2024. It's nuts. Jeff Hardy looks a whole lot better in singles matches than he does in tag team matches with his brother. The last few weeks, the matches that he's had, the singles matches, the one with Darby Allin was really good last week. All the singles matches he has are fine. Obviously he's older and it's not going to be the best match, but it's
because the pace can be a little slowed down.
And I think he worked with Moxley too, so I think that kind of was good. I think it ended with a chokehold. I think Moxley made him not made him tap out, but he made him pass out. Yeah, it was fine. And the main event was cool. And then they set up Swerve.
I see Hook came out. Hook came out to even the score. Let's fucking go.
Swerve and Heyman will fight next week for the number one contenders to face Samoa Joe at Revolution.
Let's go
for the belt. So yeah,
make it a triple threat. Make it a triple threat.
Yeah, Swerve was like, he's like, you want one more match? He goes, fine, I'll give it to you. But once I'm done with you, he goes, I'm moving on to the AEW title, and I'm not stopping until I get it.
Who said that? Swerve?
Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna catch up. I saw people really dogging on.
They were dogging on
the Undisputed Kingdom. One tweet was like, could you tell that these guys closed a pay-per-view, whatever it was, a month ago?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't want, I could try to sit here and just kind of go through it, but admittedly, I didn't watch it. I apologize. I am going to catch up on it today when I'm editing. So kind of looking forward to it selfishly to just like watch it and chill and like edit or whatever.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, sorry, we couldn't really dive too deep into it.
Also, Tony Khan has a big announcement next week.
That's what I meant to mention.
It's a big announcement next week.
I love announcing an announcement.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, people are speculating Okada immediately.
Well, no, I think they're just going to announce a new television show, on Tuesdays.
Another show? I was like,
I'm kidding.
what?
I'm kidding. They're adding another one. Why not one more? No.
What's the I don't know. People are saying there's like stuff about
it could be Okada, Mercedes and stuff. Yeah, at this point, who knows? Because there's all these reports with Okada saying that he hasn't had any talks with WWE, and then there was another one that came out saying that he has been in talks with some people in WWE.
Same thing with Mercedes. Is like it said, like the Mercedes, the AEW really thought they were getting Mercedes.
Yeah,
and
then WWE was like, someone's WWE source like, oh, have you talked to Mercedes? Like, well, we're not doing contract tampering, blah blah blah, meaning that she has already signed some. Who knows? Who the fuck knows?
To hype up Gunther again. Gunther has officially surpassed 600 days as WWE Intercontinental Champion. A total of 91 championship defenses recorded across TV, pay-per-view, house shows, and dark matches, according to WrestleOps.
That's my future world champion there.
I mean, again, just like seeing stuff like that is just like...
And you know what's great? He hasn't even been pinned on the main roster or nothing yet. The only time he's lost was to Chad Gable in that... when they did that little challenge, the 5-minute match. Crazy.
I don't know, man.
Crazy.
But that is our show. Again, we hope you like the kind of chill, just jumping around. I feel like there was just like,
vibes.
We're coming off the Rumble. There was some huge stuff that happened, and whatever. So we wanted to talk about that as opposed to just kind of running through. But I don't mind it. I like a chill episode. Just like let's just chat is what we're doing.
Nothing wrong with it.
Thank you again for BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. Mm-hmm. All of that stuff is in the description and maybe in the pinned comments and all of that, but we appreciate that. Until next time, you can follow us on everything. Hit join to join the Discord. Some Sweep City merch in description. I think there's like 5 hats left, handful of t-shirts.
Got your hands on them.
What else? I feel like we're supposed to plug something else. Is there anything we have coming up? I don't know. I gotta edit the rest. I haven't even touched the wrestling video yet.
Coming out at some
Focus
point.
Pro. Hopefully, I'm gonna touch it this weekend or I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Keep your eye out.
All right, that's it. All right. Everyone have a good weekend. We'll catch you all week for quizzes and blah blah blah.
And peace.